Hey, fellas, what it is, man? What it do? Ain't nothing. Give me 1 second. Go ahead and get this link shared out. Let's go ahead and get this post game drama popping, man. Bear with me 1 second. Boom. Man, that man typed up a motherfucking message already on Twitter. God, nah. Week 2, Vikings had a disappointed loss and seemed that everyone was on the block. But can they regroup to not go? Oh, I want to. Okay, after week 1, I know what I'm tripping. All right. We are live. Salute to the Premier Madden League family. Salute to the Gaming Wild Black Squad. It's your main man, Drama Man, coming to y'all live with some post-game drama after the second of 2 games of the week between the NFC North Minnesota Vikings and the NFC West Oakland Raiders. Very tight contest. Seemed like it was handily controlled by the Vikings most of the game, but up 15 in the fourth quarter with 2:46 left. The Raiders were able to get a touchdown, and on the ensuing kickoff, fumble, scoop, and score. Went for 2, tied it up. And after going 3 and out, after forcing the Vikings to go 3 and out, Raiders got the ball back and were able to get downfield to settle for a field goal on the 1-yard line as time expires. So with all of Oakland singing the praises of Kurt the Clutch, we are now joined by Kurt the Clutch here at the post-game drama. So Kurt, just let us know how you feel taking this victory, being the first of the NFC West teams to take out the team that you all are matched up in the division with this season in the NFC North. It's great. It's great when it works out like that, doesn't it? When you see somebody else do something, and you be like, "Damn, I wish that happened for me." And then you get in that situation, and you do what that other guy did, and boom, voila, there you go. Yeah, and then, speaking of CEO and his talent, man, man, he doesn't have the best roster in the league, but he is one of those guys who, when he's focused and when he's locked in, it's a very difficult game. For the first 3 and 3/4 of that game, what did you feel like he was doing, or how did you feel like he was able to limit your offense, force some turnovers, and really hold on to the ball, keeping it away from your offense?
I thought he was doing a good job just kind of making sure Terry wasn't getting open or pressed up, so I couldn't like just hit Terry on the street. And his defense he mixed it up really well, so I couldn't really tell exactly what he wanted to do on defense just because he kept mixing it up so much, and it worked out for me.
Now it seemed to me watching the game that part of the reason why his defense is so he's able to disguise his defense is because he comes out in a base align every play. Is that something that you noticed? And did that?
I didn't.
Is that
I
something
didn't.
is that something that is difficult to game plan against, coming to the line of scrimmage when you're given a similar look every play?
Sort of, kind of, but not really. I think the main thing about this game, though, I had a depth scenario for my running back, so
Okay.
I was kind of playing for that in the first couple of quarters, just make sure I got that, and then that's when I actually started trying to work on my offense, do the offense that I normally run, and he just he got a couple of picks. One of them was a little fluky, which we're not going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he didn't score. He only scored one offensive touchdown, if that.
Yeah, I believe you're correct because I know he had a touchdown off of an interception, and let me see,
He had two touchdowns off interceptions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm talking about first half. I know he had a touchdown off interception, and yeah, he
Uh,
did not have any touchdowns on offense. I don't believe.
because I remember the commentators saying that he had 15 points of field
Yeah.
goals.
So yeah, you kept him to 15 points in field goals, and he had 2 touchdowns on defense. And so you felt like you weren't at all panicked or feeling like, damn,
No,
I'm losing this game because I'm not able to stop something he's doing. It was
I knew I was
user
losing it just
error.
because I was turning the ball over way too much.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you.
Yeah. But
So,
I felt like going in this game that I was going to win the game, but
mhm.
I didn't expect myself to throw as many interceptions as I threw, and that kind of haunted me a little bit. But it worked out in the end.
I got you. I got you. So, is there anything that um, when you play a tight contested game like this and you come out with the W, do you feel like is it a clutch factor that's involved, or is it more or less just playing the game that you always play, even when it comes down to the wire? I mean, is it luck? Like, how do you feel walking away with the victory, winning by 3 points after being down 15 with less than 3 minutes ago? Was that skill? Was that just Kurt being clutch, or was that Madden just being Madden? What do you accredit the W to?
I think it was a little bit of all those factors, but I think the main thing was just me playing my game. Like I just went back to what I was used to doing and what I normally did, and then it just worked out. But there was some luck in there, especially that goal line play that you pointed out.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how he didn't get in right there, but it looked like an invisible wall.
It
Just
was
kind of popped
crazy.
up on him.
That's one of those where you want to just break your controller or go online and troll the EA, troll the devs and just say, hey man, fix your fucking game, dude.
Yeah, fix your shit, man.
Fix
What
your
is
shit,
it?
bro. This shit is out of hand. This shit is out of hand.
Yeah, but that tip ball up 40 yards in the air, and then a lineman catches it, and I'm just
Yeah,
like, bro, for real? Like, if that would have been picked off the bat, I wouldn't have had a problem with it
yeah,
because
yeah.
it was a bad decision. I just wanted to test this user, but it wasn't. It got tipped 20 yards in the air, and then a lineman caught it. I'm just like, bro, for real? Like,
Yeah, yeah. That shit like that it can be heartbreaking. But when you now, this is something anyone who's played Madden for quite some time, you get used to shit happening. You get used to the Madden shit.
yeah,
Some
yeah,
people they might say the game has momentum built into it, different things like that. The reality is just Madden is going to Madden you, and
yeah,
you've got to play
100%.
be regardless of the maddening. You got to you got to overcome the Madden shit, and
Yeah.
if you lose because of Madden, you can't blame Madden. You know what I mean?
Nah,
You got a
you can
game
blame
plan.
Madden, but you can't give Madden credit when you win the game though.
But yeah, okay, that makes more sense. You can blame it when you lose, but you can't, you can't give it the credit when you win. Let me
Yeah,
ask you
yeah.
this: did you feel like there was anything he was doing in particular that allowed him to get pressure on the quarterback? Because there were a lot of drop backs where you had some players coming wide open, but
Yeah, yeah.
right before you were able to make a
That one
pass,
streak play where you said Metcalf was streaking down
he
the
was
field.
butt
I
naked,
clicked the
boy.
button. I clicked the button, bro. And right when I clicked it, car went down. I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah. But I'm
Like
looking
I
at you.
saw.
Yeah, he was for sure wide open. He was for sure wide open. I'm looking at
Yeah.
your offensive line, and I mean, watching your games, you usually don't get that much pressure. Do you think it was just a good matchup, him having that solid front four, or was it anything? Was he blitzing a lot? Was there anything in particular that you saw that made it acceptable for your defense to give up that many sacks? Because I believe you guys gave up 6 sacks. He had 3 with his defensive end Drake Jackson, who's he is a superstar with he's got the under pressure and the finesse specialist ability, but you have a solid offensive line as well. So was there anything that you were seeing that he was doing that allowed him to get that pressure?
I think it was just the superstar abilities that he had on his ends. He was getting a lot of insta sheds and instant pressures, and it was just. I feel like my offensive line could have controlled him, but sometimes Madden just decides which games they want offensive line to actually play in.
I got you. And let me ask you this: before the game, the approach that you take, do you go and look at your opponent's roster and see where there may be weaknesses, or do you already have? You're just going to play your game regardless of the players on the field, regardless of what position. And going into this game, was there anything in particular that you said, I'm going to be able to take advantage of this or be able to manage that?
What was was that? You were kind of shuffling.
My bad, my bad. When you your approach to playing your opponents,
Uh,
do you look at your opponent's roster? Do you go and look for weaknesses in their roster, or do you just
I,
say, "Hey, I'm gonna play my game. I don't care who's on the field. I'm just gonna run my plays and make my reads and see who's open."
it
And
honestly,
go
it
ahead.
honestly just depends on the opponent. Like with CEO, I didn't look at his roster or anything. I was just gonna go in and play my game, just because I kind of figured that he was done with Madden, and he was done. He wasn't gonna be a problem. But that kind of bit me in the butt, just because he made it a game,
Yeah.
and I wasn't expecting that. But it ended the way we needed it to.
Well, looking at your schedule coming up, man, you got two out of conference games out the way. You were able to beat the Colts. You were able to take care of the Vikings here. You have the Lions next week. Is there anything that you're seeing? I mean, anything that you're worried about or concerned with going into this game next week versus the Lions?
Me and Lions user, we play a lot of games together, so it, I'm not worried about him in the slightest. Just hear me when I say this. I'm literally not worried about him. And we going in there, we're gonna beat him by 30.
Damn, y'all heard it here first on the post game drama. The Raiders are going to come in and slaughter the Lions. You understand? They're coming into
Let
the
him know.
Lions den, but they not Daniel. Goddammit, they coming with
We
all the
we ain't
firepower.
worried about nothing. You feel me?
Okay. Now you do know that there's been some roster moves that the Lions have made. Is any of that? Have you taken a look at any of that? And does any of that?
I saw he got a new cornerback,
Mm-hmm.
and you also give him a safety.
Whoa! Didn't give him anything. There was a
Oh
deal
my,
that
my
was made. There was a transfer
that's
of
not what I
goods.
meant. You know what
Okay,
I
all
meant.
right. No sweat. No sweat.
I
I
know
just
you
want to make
didn't give
sure.
him
God
nothing.
damn
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I'm
We
saying,
clear
like,
that shit up.
did you give him a safety in the
Yes,
trade?
he does
Okay,
have Leon O'Neal, who's a superstar safety, with tip drill and universal coverage. And what that did was that enabled him to take his backup strong safety, Jacoby
uh,
Stevens, and move him to outside linebacker. So now at the outside linebacker position, he has 91 power, 94 play recognition, 88 zone coverage at outside linebacker. Having made these roster moves and kind of bolstered up his defense, does any of that cause you to have any concern going into next week's game?
it doesn't, just because I have the offense to be able to go up against that kind of defense. We have DK Metcalf. Actually, I believe he might have gotten hurt in this
Yeah,
game.
let's go take a look at that. Because you did have some injuries late. You get running back got put out,
My running back came back.
and oh, he came back. Okay, running back came back. Let's go see if DK Metcalf is back. No, DK Metcalf is out for 5 weeks with a shoulder tear.
Ugh,
So
that's not what we want.
that is a weapon taken away from your offense. How does that alter your scheme, if at all?
It doesn't, just because we still have Tamorian Terry and Shy Smith, who still have both have speed. Tamorian has an X factor. Shy Smith has superstar abilities. I was actually just trying to dev up Metcalf, but I don't think it's gonna have any issues with my offense in
Okay.
this
Now I'm
loss.
looking at your roster now. So you allowed Kareem Hunt to just ride the bench this game because you wanted to feed Javion Hawkins and get him his
Dev
um,
scenario.
depth scenario. So
Yes,
that's how
sir.
y'all do it. Okay, so y'all just be taking games off with these motherfuckers. You just sit the whole starting
Nah,
running
man,
back. Fuck it.
I might be starting JV on this season just because he got a 94
Got
speed.
94 speed.
Yeah.
He's a
And Kareem,
speed demon. Speed demon.
Kareem's kind of slow compared to him, so I kind of like
Okay.
I like the speed over the overall.
Okay. Now, the rest of your schedule, we're not gonna go through it. But did you get a chance to take a look at the predictions for the NFC West this season?
You
Because I believe
said,
I had you feeling. believe I have you finishing 11-5 at the top of the division.
yeah.
But you
When I
guys
heard
have
it, I thought you said 12-4, and then I saw the little list. You said 11-5. I'm like, where that one loss came from?
You know what? The divisional games are interchangeable, and so I believe that when I went to put it down in paper, I just felt better. I don't want to take away too much from your division. 'Cause I believe I had you sweeping your division. The losses that I had you taking were to the Dolphins. I had you taking one to the Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I had you losing one of each in your division. So I had you losing,
Gotcha.
going 1-1 against all your opponents in the division. That's 3 losses, and I had you possibly losing to the Dolphins, and possibly losing to the Bears. So,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's it there.
I actually went 5-1 in my division last season.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I
AFC West,
wouldn't.
y'all heard
I
that.
wouldn't put
He
that.
said, "Fuck
I
all
wouldn't put
that."
that against me. I'm planning on going 6-0 in the division this season.
6-0 in the AFC West. Y'all heard it here first on the post game drama. Well, it was a very entertaining game. You hung in there. You definitely deserve the praise that the fans in Oakland are giving you. The new mantra, "Kurt the Clutch." Let's see if that's something that catches on and that sticks. Salute.
I hope it doesn't catch on just because we're leading the game the whole time and we don't have to be clutch.
Okay, so he don't want it to catch on. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
want it to catch on. I want Kurt the dominant to catch on. How about that?
Okay. No. Kurt the Crucial. That's what it would be. Kurt the
Oh,
Crucial.
there we go.
Kurt the Crucial or Kurt. it's like ah, damn, what's the cat name in the Gladiator when they was calling him Maximus the Merciful?
Oh yeah.
You want to be Kurt the Crucial, not Kurt the Clutch. I ain't mad at it, man. I ain't mad at it. Well, salute to you, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations on the victory. Looking forward to seeing a lot more, you know what I'm saying, of you maintaining your dominance, man. And anything else you want to say? Any departing words? We think we covered all bases. You know what I'm saying? You pulled out the victory. You gonna shit on the Lions next week. You going 6-0 in the division. Everybody get the fuck out your way. Anything else you would like to add?
Q is trash.
Q is garbage. Q is garbage. Q can't. I can't say that, but Q is garbage, and you're saying that Q's not gonna beat
I'm
you.
on a 4-game win streak against Q.
Damn, Q. Come on, Q. You can't let him. You can't let him.
You can't beat me no more. It's over with.
He said he got mind control over Q. Q, when you ain't around, when you come through, Q be losing. When you ain't around, he be winning again. Hey, shit. Hey, y'all heard it here first, man. Post game drama. Salute to Kurt. Salute to the Premier Madden League family. Salute to the Gaming While Black Squad. I'll holler at y'all.